comes to our Moms for America podcast. I'm Debbie Carolitis, and as always, I am so honored that you are stopping by to chat with us today. Our goal each week is to educate and inspire moms on the issues that are affecting you and your families. And we believe that every issue is a mom issue. Isn't that true? All right, quick reminder at the top of the show here to stop by our momsforamerica.us, our website, sign up for our newsletter, get all of our information, our resources, our events. We have connections to everything you can imagine that would help you in your journey of motherhood. So again, stop by momsforamerica.us, sign up for our newsletter. And two, if you see anything about our cottage meetings on there, it'll be on the front page. Click through that because that is something that I want to be mentioning every podcast. Look at the information regarding our cottage meetings, and it's going to actually tie in quite a bit to today's discussion and topic. So, Mom, on today's podcast, we are going to talk about helping to educate our kids and celebrate our American values. There is an obvious attack, right, on our children, our families, and our country. The narratives that are being pushed on our children are appalling. And we are not alone in this battle. We are the parents raising our children. We are the parents that are taking the initiative to teach our children what we believe and what our American dreams and values are. So there's an excellent resource that's available to help empower you as a mama. And I want to let you know about all that today. I know many of us are familiar with Prager U, but there's maybe some moms aren't. So you're going to want to know all about this, but you may not know about Prager U Kids. So we've got some great information coming up with our guest. I'm so excited that she is joining us. You've probably seen her along the way. She does some wonderful videos, educational videos with Prager U. So let me go ahead and introduce her. We have Jill Simonian joining us today. She is the Director of Outreach for Prager U Kids, and I just love her already. Hey, Jill, welcome. Hi. Give us the happy hands.
Hi.
If you're listening, can't see the happy hands, but the moms tend to do the happy hands. I got to keep but I love that you love the happy hands too. Woo!
I am always waving. The first thing I always want to do is wave to people. And it's this strange little habit I have that I do it on Zoom or any kind of online meeting. It makes no sense, but hi, for anyone listening, we are waving to you.
I love it. Thanks, Jill, for coming by. I personally have enjoyed so many of your videos and the stand that you're taking. And it is obvious that you're passionate about our country and our children. So thank you for coming by. Would you introduce us to your family a little bit here? I know you've got some kids there. We just so you know, we both gave the kids the old, hey, you can't breathe for the next half hour. So everybody, because we're both working at home today. So you did the same with yours. Tell us about your family.
Yes, I did the same with mine. I got to tell you, though, I might have made a mistake because I forgot to tell my dog. And when you were introducing me, I heard my dog barking in the background and I thought, whoops, didn't tell her to be quiet for the duration of 30 minutes. But yeah, we got the dog in the background. We got Dolly, the dog, in the background. But beyond that, I have my two daughters who are in elementary school. And we live in California. So, I'm not going to lie. It's challenging at sometimes, but I've got two elementary school daughters. And then my husband is in fact at work today. So I am working from home, but I'm so happy to be talking with you.
Thank you. All right. So for the moms maybe that are not familiar with Prager U, I watch you guys on a regular basis on Instagram. Tell us about just what Prager U is, what their mission is. Introduce us to that before we get on to the kids section, okay?
Sure. So Prager U is, at the risk of sounding shamelessly self-promoting, Prager U is one of the most incredible resources that I myself found as a mother last year. Of course, during the government shutdowns, when I like to say that my eyes were peeled wide open.
Yes, mine too.
Prager U, yeah. It's been around for 10 years. Prager U is a nonprofit. The person at the very top, at the helm, I like to say, is conservative radio host and a personality, Dennis Prager. For anyone who's listened to him, world renowned, very very
Intellectual, very
logical.
intellectual.
Yes, intellectual, logical. Our videos are free. Prager U is famous for our 5-minute videos. We have over 5 billion views on all of our videos, be it the 5-minute video series that seeks to educate and inspire people to think about issues, not necessarily telling us what to think, but really raising questions about our government and our society and how our civil structure works, and really raise questions about, you know, wow, does this make sense, and how this works in government and taxes and everything. And we have dozens of different content lines. Stories of Us is a very, very popular video series that really highlights different people's journeys through how they think about our society and government. And so, you know, you can look at all the videos on prageru.com, but it's free videos, free minds. That's what we like to say.
I love it. prageru.com. That's the place to go. And you'll be very impressed if you haven't stopped by there yet. Okay, so let's talk about this Mama to Mama. Many parents and teachers all around the country are believing, and it's true, that the American educational system is being hijacked by the left indoctrination. I know you have some great insight on this, and you've been talking about it. Let's kind of just get a little bit, so let's set the stage, because what makes Prager U so important and such a great resource is because these types of things are happening. We've talked a lot about this on our podcast prior. What are you seeing? What's your message? What are you hearing out there with your kids?
So just what you said, I've experienced it personally. Honestly, very, very surprisingly this last year. And I've also been learning a lot about what's happening in various corners of our country. In the news, we often hear about the most left-leaning areas such as California and New York in really forcing anti-American propaganda at our children as young as kindergarten through our schools. But it's also happening in rural America, in a lot of unlikely places that you would really think still celebrates America. In what we think that there are schools, safe schools, right? But
or safe areas, or safe communities, or safe states, but it's not. It's gotten so big, right?
It has gotten big. So anyways, long story short, the curriculum that's being pushed through so many of our public schools and in the most elite private schools now is frankly anti-American. They want our children to hate America. They are teaching our children through a lens of race, which we're all very much aware of now, critical race theory, and through cleverly hidden word programs called diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI programs, which sound very nice because we all want to I'm Armenian American, 4th generation. We all want to celebrate diversity and uniting as Americans together.
Of course.
But what so many of these schools are pushing through, and of course, there's also the highly sexualized gender identity lessons that are now being targeting kids as young as kindergarten and 1st grade. All of these things are going through our curriculum in the public and private schools, and it's damaging, it's confusing, it's frankly child abuse. And last year, I would have never thought that I would have used the word indoctrination when it came to our schools, because let's be honest, indoctrination is a really strong word. I mean, there's a lot of weight that comes with that word indoctrination, but that is what's happening. And
and you say it is absolutely alarming. That's what I'm hearing you saying. It is alarming.
It's alarming. It's alarming. And it can start from drawing on personal experiences that I've encountered with my girls, and also stories that we get from our Prager U Kids members in our prep membership program. We get stories, everything ranging from my child's teacher doesn't want our class to say the Pledge of Allegiance because she thinks it's offensive, to curriculum about the California Gold Rush that 4th graders get in California. I've seen worksheets telling children about the California Gold Rush through a racial lens, trying to teach what the Gold Rush was through a lens that identified all white people during the California gold rush were horrible and how it was laden with racism. I mean, we're talking about lessons about September 11th that don't want to identify what happened
right,
on that devastating day of September 11th. The list could go on.
Right. We get these calls and emails.
Yeah.
Right.
Signs
all
about
the
Black
time.
Lives Matter being posted in classrooms.
Right.
It goes on and on and on.
So the good news is we've got an answer.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, it is overwhelming as a mom, right? Viv and I were just talking earlier. There's so much coming at them. We have to have great resources. We have to let them know what is truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to provide that in contemporary, interesting ways. So that's why I'm so excited that you're joining us. Can you get us now, switch us over to Prager U Kids? Because I know this is everything we need, right? As a parent, to teach about America values, about our faith, our history, really just the incredible joy that it is to live in the land of the free here. So tell us about Prager U Kids.
We are so blessed, and this country, and I get emotional in listening to what you say, because the most reassuring thing that we have found through launching Prager U Kids just barely 6-7 months ago. Okay. We launched the program. We launched our membership. We're hovering about 15,000 membership for parents and teachers and grandparents who have joined to allow us to produce these videos for children kindergarten through 12th grade that celebrates America and teaches our kids what America is. Because if we do not every single day remind our kids what a blessed country we live in, what a special country we live in, how lucky we are to be free, how freedom is not free, and we must constantly appreciate it and fight for it and spread the good word about what being an American means. If we don't teach our kids that, our country will be gone.
Right. And
I don't mean to sound like an alarmist, but I mean, this is where we're at. It is up to us parents, and it's up to us moms and dads and grandparents and teachers who are on our side, who do believe in pro-American values in schools. And there are thousands of teachers because they've joined our membership. But but Prager U Kids, we have free videos. If you go to prageru.com/kids, you can watch all of our free videos that really teach about individuality, American exceptionalism, equality under God, responsibility. Many times.
There you go.
Right. Many times in schools, a lot of these social emotional learning programs that sound great at the surface are not enforcing a value of taking personal responsibility for choices and actions. A lot of these programs are trying to tell our kids, oh, hey, it doesn't matter. You do you. There's your truth. There's his truth. There's her truth. There are no genders. There's no
absolute truth. Just be creative. That's a new thing that I'm hearing. The creative move, just be whatever, say, do whatever you want. This is what I love, though, when I read on your website too, that you're celebrating American values through a child's eyes.
Yes. I
mean, that's the scope, right? This isn't, this is for them, made for them. It looks like them. It's their verbiage. It's their words. It's their America.
It's their America. And I'll tell you a couple examples. For one thing, if you go for the younger ones, I'll start with the kindergarten through second grades, an example of celebrating America through their eyes. We have this story time called Otto's Tales. Now, Otto is Dennis Prager's bulldog in real life. If you watch the Fireside Chats by Prager U, where Dennis shares his wisdom every Thursday, his bulldog Otto is constantly asleep on the chair. So we do a story time for kindergarten through second graders called Otto's Tales, and we use folk tales that teach American values. And the latest episode that we just put out last week was The Emperor's New Clothes. Now, we all know this folktale of The Emperor's New Clothes, about what it means to identify truth, even if your leaders are telling you lies, even if the whole community and city and state and country is telling you lies. We need to learn how to identify truth. And so we share the story of The Emperor's New Clothes, and I talk about what it means to tell the truth and to see the truth no matter what anyone says. So that's an example for the younger kids. We also have our new books for the younger kids. This is a series of Otto's Tales. This
Love
one, our new book series for kindergarten through second graders is called Otto's Tales. This first one that launched this summer is the National Anthem and Pledge of Allegiance. And there are 12 more books coming once a month each, aligning with each American holiday. Our next one is telling the story of September 11th in a very age-appropriate way for kindergartners.
Incredible.
As Americans. But yeah, but that's what we are doing as parents together, as grandparents, teachers. We need to remind our kids there is truth, and this is the truth. And there's nothing to ever be ashamed of when it comes to celebrating truth and celebrating America.
Right. So now this here is a whole program. So we've got kindergarten through 12th grade. And I mean, you've got videos for the high schoolers, right? You've got, just before we go into the prep. But I mean, this isn't just, it's great for kids, obviously kindergarten, but I was watching some of your stuff and I told my high schooler about it because it was super cool.
Yes. So our brand new series that we are so excited about. Okay, Deb, have you seen TBH history yet?
No.
You got it right
I don't know.
after this.
I don't know now. Was it on your website?
No. TBH history is our brand new show for middle school and up.
Okay, then that's it. That's the one I saw.
It's called TBH is a little acronym for To Be Honest. And our first episode is all about the scientific revolution. And it's got these darling, cool, young, hip kids who know all the
guys. I saw them. Yes.
Too cool for us, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. But they teach about the scientific history, Galileo, Sir Francis Bacon, Aristotle, all of the figures that so many of our schools and districts are disappointingly leaving out now because they claim that, those thought leaders, those classic thought leaders were white supremacist racists. I mean, we've all heard this. So what we're doing is we are providing the resources, the videos to teach our kids and educate them about the thought leaders who shaped our world. Because kids aren't learning about the scientific revolution anymore because of, fill in the blank racism, right? So it's insane. So yeah, TBH history is our brand new video venture for middle and high schoolers. And
it was really cool.
Thank you. American Revolution is coming next. I believe that's a 2-part series. Then we got the Russian Revolution, and then we got the French Revolution, and it's telling kids the truth about history because they're not learning it in school.
No. All right. So now, what is the PREP? P-R-E-P. It's a short for something. What about this program? What's up with this program? That's the one you've got this is your initiative in August. We said, oh boy, Jill, we got to get you on. We got to let the parents know about this. So tell us about that.
Okay. So the PREP membership is, in a nutshell, the heart and soul and foundation that gives us the ability to continue to make our Prager U Kids videos. We are a nonprofit. We depend on donations. We are the troops. We are trying to fight this fight against all of this nonsense being injected in our schools. And we depend on our PREP members, which stands for Prager U Resources for Educators and Parents. They are the generous donors that that enable us to make these videos, to continue to develop children's videos. It is a $25 donation to become a PREP member. And with that, we provide
access to all these different things, right?
Group. Yeah. You're granted access to a discussion group, which right now is on Facebook, but don't panic. We are moving everything to a private app, Prager U app, in the next month or two. But it's a discussion group where parents can meet and discuss all sorts of issues from all different corners of the country, sharing stories about what is happening in our kids' schools, how to combat it, how do I address this teacher about this lesson that really painted America in a bad light. And it's giving everyone support and talking points and guidance and answers to be able to fight things on a ground level. We also from time to time have virtual events, webinars, seminars with thought leaders, interviews, things that parents can draw wisdom from. So yeah, we're doing a big membership drive in August because it is back to school, and we are not stopping to make in making our Prager U Kids videos. This is a fight we will be continuing on and on and on, and we're so thankful for our prep members. Like I said, we're around 15,000 right now. Our goal is to get to well over 25,000 by the end of the year. And I really think we can reach that. The more people find out. So they can join and become a member at prageru.com/kids. If you scroll down on the website, there's an explanation for becoming a member and all of that good stuff.
Well, there's so much garbage out there that we really all have to sign up. We have to sign up. We have to figure out like what's in our arsenal, right? What can we have that is going to teach our kids? And not that you have shows, you have books, you have resources, you have videos, you have so many things that I just think are just terrific resources for moms to show at home, even we've got a couple weeks maybe, or whenever your school starts, incorporate them maybe every month to your, into your kids' curriculum. But we really as parents have to be counter. And I guess really be on the forefront of teaching our kids our values. What will you tell to the moms right now? How to use your resources, what to do in their community, what should they do in their school? I mean, you're in California. I'm in Chicago, I'm in Illinois. I mean, girl, we got to go meet. This is tough.
It is tough. It is tough. And it is very scary. And I am not going to sit here and pretend that it is easy to speak up in your school. I happen to be on my school's PTA, and it is not easy to be brave, but all of us must be brave. If we see something that compromises our American values, or tries to get our kids to hate America, whether it be through an assigned reading or a homework assignment, to watch a leftist news program and write an essay about XYZ. If we find out that our kid's teacher or librarian is reading a book about gender identity to first graders, we need to be brave. We need to say something. Something that we always like to say to our prep members is, we always want to be respectful. We know that as Americans, our most important value is freedom of speech. And so everyone does have freedom of speech, freedom of diversity of thought. But when it comes to noticing something that is damaging to children, we need to be brave, speak up, send an email asking for an in-person meeting with a teacher, send an email at the beginning of this school year saying, I'm so excited my child is in your class. I would love to be involved. I would love to volunteer. I would love to know your list of assigned reading so that we may contribute. Get involved. And
and we need to let the teachers know we want to be involved, that we're watching, that we're engaged, because so many parents and moms, just for whatever reason, the struggles of life or the busyness of it all, have not been engaged and they have not been watching. So we do want to let them know, hey, we're watching, here's some questions. I even, I said to my sister-in-law, maybe you need to just let them know that these are the things that you're going to be concerned about, that you're going to be watching and you do want information about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course. 100%. Show up to the school board meetings. Join your PTA. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We always tell that, all of our prep members always discuss, ask questions, keep asking questions. They're going to give you the runaround. And when you ask to see the curriculum, they're going to say, oh, we don't really do that. But nope, keep asking questions. I have had.
You are the parent.
You are the parent. And we do have parents' rights, and do not be afraid to cite to your child's school. I am the parent. This is my right as a parent. This is my right as a parent, because once you stand up, someone else will join you, and then someone else will join you. And you might
It's contagious.
It is contagious. I guarantee in my local area, I
Same here.
felt like the only person, but we are not alone. Once I stood up and said something, there were about 5 other people who trickled in, sent me text messages, emails.
Yes.
Thank you so much for saying that. How can I help? And now we've amassed to a group of dozens of parents who are engaged fully.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing over there and the resources that you're providing and the fight that you're fighting. I mean, we are the ones that have to restore patriotism, isn't it? And I love the stuff that you're doing because it's just really cool. It's just so appropriate. It's so interesting. It's so catchy. You know, we got to remind ourselves that our kids are getting all this information from somewhere else. And if we can provide them with information and let them know how blessed they are to live in America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. You know, this is an honor. This is an honor to be American.
It is an honor. And it's a calling right now for all of us as parents. Again, at the risk of sounding like an alarm.
It is a calling. It is a calling.
We will lose our country if I'm getting emotional with the mom. I'm getting emotional with you talking, but we will.
Me too.
But we will lose our country if our kids do not learn to love America from the bottom of their souls and are called to defend it and protect it in their speech, in their actions, and in their educational life. Our country is at stake, and that is the scary reality that none of us are used to. But you guys are doing wonderful work. All of the organizations that have now popped up where we see parents standing up at school board meetings and really trying to harness that control back. It's making a difference, and we have to continue to trudge forward because this is where we're at, and our future, our country does depend on it. Make no mistake.
It does. It does. And it depends on the mamas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It really does.
And yes. And we want everyone, please enjoy our free videos with your kids. Enjoy the videos. Let them be the resource to open the conversation. Yes. PragerU.com/kids. Become a member. We cannot do this without any one of you.
Oh. Well, we love you guys, Jill. Thanks for coming by. And we're going to have to chat again soon. I think we got another couple podcasts in us here because we're kindred spirit, and our moms are looking for moms just like you because you inspire us, right? We're all in this fight.
We are, and you guys inspire me. And I am brand new to this educational world. I'm not new to loving America. I was raised to love America, everything. I was raised to love this country from the bottom of my heart. Both of my grandfathers, who were Armenian immigrants, who were the first to be born in America, both of them fought in World War II for America. I love this country so much. And, but I am new to learning about what is happening in our schools, and my eyes were open, and you can't unsee what all of us are seeing now. So I'm inspired by all of you as I continue to learn more and become reignited in this fight.
And one of the things I want to share with your group too is our cottage meetings. And you did mention it in the beginning, which is a different project. It's our signature project where we are, it's a 12-part series where we work with training our moms, like letting them know about the history and their value and faith and hope and the anchors of their home. And once you inspire the moms and you build them up, we say this to everybody, you have a healthy mom, you've got a healthy country, right? You got a healthy mom, you got a healthy family. So we want to just build these moms up, and our cottage programs is our signature series. So those that are listening to, please stop by our website, momsforamerica.us. Take a look at the Cottage Meeting Project. Take a look at Prager U. And you know what? Together, we're going to change our country. So thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Say hey to everybody over there at Prager U from Moms for America.
I will.
All right. Thank you, girl. All right, moms, thank you for stopping by for our podcast again. It was super, super fun having Jill on the show. So again, we are moms changing our country one home at a time. I'll see you next week. God bless.